and welcome to a brand new episode of Coming Distractions. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. We haven't done an episode of Coming Distractions in quite a long time. So this is a review of Project Power, which is the 2020 newly released Netflix original film about superpowers, sort of. This is starring Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. It tells the story of a young drug dealer in New Orleans who is sort of peddling this new drug in town called Power that, when taken, gives the person 5 minutes of some sort of abilities. They don't know what until they take it. And she works sort of helping out this local cop played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then she runs into this guy played by Jamie Foxx, who is looking for his daughter, who's been sort of at the center of all this. What did you think of this movie?
This is when you say Netflix movie, like Netflix original, this is what I think of. It's not great, but it's an okay watch. It's not as bad as Bright. It's not as good as The Old Guard, but it's fine. It's just fine. Jamie Foxx proves that he can still be a leading man in these type of action movies. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I mean, I don't remember seeing Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a lot of things recently.
No,
except for this and 79 or 7500. Right. But for a while, I feel like he's been gone for a while. So it's nice to see him back. He gives an okay performance. I don't know if he's trying to put on like a New Orleans accent, or
I hope not.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, just be a New Orleans cop by way of wherever you're from, because that accent is not good.
Dominique Fishback, she's pretty good. I remember her from I think it was The Hate You Give or something that she was in. She did an okay performance. Hell, even Machine Gun Kelly, for whatever it was that he was doing, he did it okay. This movie is shot in New Orleans, which I think is really cool. New Orleans is a city unlike any other city in America. You know, like it is incredibly distinct. You know New Orleans when you see it.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's cool to show New Orleans some love like that. And like Gordon-Levitt's character, he's like, nah, baby, I'm from New Orleans. Like, we doing this shit. You know. Like,
right. He's literally wearing a Saints jersey 99% of the time that you see him in this movie. Which is just fun.
So it's an okay, like, B movie. I do like the premise. I feel like the premise could be used to greater effect, though. Like, I feel like in the hands of a script writer who is a little more creative, we can get more than just, this is just a drug movie. This is a drug movie it's a subpar drug movie, and it's a subpar superhero movie, right?
Right.
I feel like in the hands of a slightly more capable screenwriter, we could have got either an excellent drug movie or a pretty an above average superhero movie. But I do like the take of, you take this pill and for 5 minutes, I don't know why people have to put like time limits on it. And if you do put a time limit on it, like, I get why you do it.
Stick
but,
to it.
Like 5 minutes, like, you would think that the 5 minute time limit is like a plot point, right? Like, but there's one scene, there's a bank robbery where, like, come on, yo. Like,
it was like 20 minutes.
That wasn't 5 minutes, yo. So, but that's a hiccup with all movies that have like a time constraint, right? So why do it? But
right. Yeah, it only makes it weird. I agree with you.
But it's not bad. It's worth a watch if you don't have anything else to watch.
So I liked it. I'd probably go somewhere like a 3 out of 5.
No, like a 2.5.
Okay.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. I enjoyed it. Ironically, the thing I liked about it the most was not the superhero aspect or the powers aspect, which I thought was fine. I actually liked the interaction between Fox and Fishback the most. Like I enjoyed that, and maybe I'm becoming an old softy in my latter days.
The black man with a daughter has more of an affinity for the subplot of the black man and the daughter and the surrogate daughter.
Right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm transparent. As transparent as that bank robber was at convenient moments during the movie. So I actually liked that subplot. I thought that was pretty decently done. Yeah, I mean, like the powers thing was fine. I guess I probably could have used more of it. I was hoping to see like if you're gonna do a bank robbery scene, I was hoping like multiple characters with powers, right? Like that would have been kind of funny, or kind of wild to watch. And then maybe somebody has a power that's like not that interesting, right? And it's like, yo, Steve, you suck at this. You know what I mean? Like that was interesting. That would have been interesting to me. I agree with you. Shooting in New Orleans is very cool. Like it's kind of nice to see that city because everything is shot in either, Los Angeles or New York for the most part, right?
Or stand-ins of those two.
Right. Or Miami, right?
Chicago is a stand-in for New York all the time.
Right. So. Exactly. It's a general city. So I thought it was okay. Or I thought it was, better than average. I personally thought it was better than the Old Guard. I found the Old Guard to get a little boring in parts. There were parts I did like about that movie, but yeah, I thought this was okay. Again, you make the point about the time restraints issue of them taking the pill and then they get it they get these powers for 5 minutes. They were also like wildly inconsistent with how the powers worked. I thought, which again, what's that?
What do you mean? So
like. I get that it's all their like first time. A lot of these characters is like their first time using the powers, right? I understand that, and I understand that like they're basically copying powers of like animals. Like that's kind of the idea. But like the woman in the tank who gets like temperature regulating powers, basically, she can she's like Killer Frost, right? Like she makes it as like freeze powers. But like they have to turn the heat up because they're like, well, let's help her regulate her temperature. But like her power is temperature regulation. It's not like they literally say that, right? So like I just found that to be very weird. Like maybe just don't say that. Like it just seemed like an odd thing to me.
That's a script problem,
right? But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not mad about it. I was just like, don't call it temperature regulation because like you're literally helping her regulate a thing that she apparently has a superpower over. Right. And then she died from it, which was kind of weird to me. I
mean, I get that, right? Like, I get that your body is freezing itself. You don't have freeze powers. Your body is turning into ice. And you have to have the temperature regulated so that you can live. It's like
well, that's a terrible power. Also, if you're saying,
sometimes you get them, sometimes you get cool powers, sometimes you just blow the fuck up. I don't know what animal just blows the fuck up.
But okay, but that's my point. Like people blowing up and dying makes sense, right? Like it's a drug, and some people just fucking OD, basically. Right. Your body just doesn't react to it well. I get that one, but what animal suddenly
the Human Torch?
Right, like that's not like. Those are not powers animals have. I mean, there's like a beetle, I think, that can like shoot out like some sort of like semblance of fire or whatever. So, okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, the Human Torch that's not a normal animal power, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure we haven't run into that animal yet. But But like the effects I thought were like pretty decent. Like the guy who could get really big, it was like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing. I guess maybe that's like a puffer fish. I don't know. I don't know what animal that is. Like I feel like they shouldn't have even said anything about the animal thing. They should have just said you just develop powers. Like fuck it.
Yeah. Each person has a latent ability inside them, and
right,
this
just
thing
leave it at
brings
that.
it out. Whatever.
Like you don't need to ground it in that much science. There was a guy who had like Wolverine claws, right? Because of the Wolverine frog, which I didn't know. That was interesting. I didn't know that. So I guess Wolverine, the character, is more named after the frog than an actual Wolverine, which is just funny to me. But yeah, overall, I thought it was better than average. I like these kind of movies. Like they're fun, turn your brain off kind of films. Like I enjoyed watching. I watched on my laptop. Like I didn't even go turn my television on. It was like, I'll just sit at my desk. It's fine. But like if you like that sort of B movie-ish quality, sure. I think it works. Yeah, Netflix really, when it comes to sort of sci-fi kind of stuff, they are really incapable of making a great movie. Like they're just incapable of it.
Yeah, it's not. The films that they get aren't exactly. They're not exactly ex machina. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't necessarily need it to be that. You know what I mean?
That would be quite something. You're like, wow, okay, this is not what I expect from a Netflix original movie.
Yeah, these are meant to be fun.
Yeah,
and for what it is, it's fun. Like I would appreciate a little more story, right? Like you got a cop who is using the drug that he's busting people for using. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel like you can go a couple different places with that, right? Like, and then he gets set up by his chief of police. Like,
yeah, you could have gone a lot deeper than that.
But like, you can, yeah. I feel like they took the whole "with great power comes great responsibility," and they just were like, "With great power, fuck responsibility."
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple moments I'm like, "That okay? This is what we're doing. All right, great. That's fine.
So,
fuck it." There's a lot of that. But yeah, again, thought it was fine. But again, if you're into sort of the B movie-ish kind of things, go check it out. All right, that's it for us. We'll be back with another episode of Coming Distractions at some point in the future. All right, guys, later.
see ya.
Bye. You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.